Hello.
Hello, Martin.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Well, I'm just setting my telescope up.
Oh, okay.
I got my old one back.
Oh, okay. Where was it? With your dad?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But hang on. So there I am out the back garden, just setting it up.
Yeah.
When flash, it's Tonya in it, taking pictures of me.
Taking pictures of you.
Yeah. Without her light on.
Oh, right.
So yeah, she's on me, but I'm on her. I did not get to the Royal Courts of Justice. I blew it completely. Fucking blew it. I don't know why. Right now, when I come in here, it all goes brain dead. I can't get fuck all done here. I really can't get it done.
Is it because of her next door?
I think it's the cumulative effect. When I walk in here, I don't know what court case I'm supposed to be working on.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And as soon as I start walking into my street, it all gets clouded over again. I don't know. It is a psychological issue. I know I can talk it over the phone.
Yeah.
I can't put it to writing anymore. It's just I've been rejected too many times. I think that's what it is as well. Nobody listens. So yeah, I know.
It's become like a maze, as it might. The whole thing is like.
Well, I'm out of the maze now. I'm
Yeah.
kind of looking down on it, and it's a blur.
It's a blur, right?
The maze has become a blur
Yeah.
because they are cross-contaminated. I can't write about Tonya without writing about the light pollution, and I can't go on about that because the council have never dealt with this from 5 years ago. I just don't know where to start sometimes, and I don't know where to end. It is, you know. I spoke to two solicitors. My criminal one with the Wood Green Crown Court. I didn't get to his office to sign the fucking legal aid form, so I've got to do that tomorrow.
Right.
And then there's Mr. Dunn. Tomorrow is a conference call concerning this eviction notice.
Okay.
Now, the magistrate, the judge, the other day said that I'd blown my deadline. Well, it was information that he was reading about the eviction case, so it's not something that he said. He was reading it out sort of loud, what the circumstances. One, I've blown the deadline. Two, it's only going to be a 1 hour eviction trial.
Right.
That's where he mentioned, he was looking at my barrister going, are you going to be representing him? We didn't know. Or perhaps he needs a pro bono lawyer. Now I'm nodding my head off like a fucking noddy, you know. Yeah, give me a pro bono. One that knows fishing and astronomy and shit like that. You know. So, yeah, and then, because it cleared, I rang the old man to say, look, I need the cameras back. So I got him to pick up everything. All the telescopes and all that, took them to his house. And now I'm sort of saying, oh, bring them back. He didn't bring them back till it started getting dark. So, it's taken him a while to fuck off. So I'm just setting it up about half an hour ago. Flick. You know, she's fucking filming me, even though... Because I'm erecting a structure, aren't I? But what's the definition of a structure?
Oh, yeah.
You know, that day I got arrested in front of the judge. Although he was threatening to put me in prison every time I opened my mouth. I said to him, that's harassment, that fucking thing. And he read out this injunction, this power of arrest thing, the pink slips. He's going, oh, it all looks pretty standard to me. But during the trial, 4 days later, Wednesday, he said, oh yeah, not to erect any structures. You know, looking at my barrister like he's a cunt, your client is not allowed to erect any structures. Well, they're already erected, Your Honour. You know, and that's where he sat back. About 10% of his evilness dropped off. So the devil is in the detail, right?
Yes.
Those telescopes were already up, Your Honour. And what is it that the council is referring to? Structures. Yes, Your Honour. You were dead right, Your Honour. That injunction is just a bog standard piece of toilet paper, Your Honour. Right? Don't delude yourself, Your Honour. That's how I'm going to be talking to him now. So, I don't know if I emailed you some sort of paperwork.
I got it, yeah, I've got it.
The one to the judge?
Yes.
Yeah, right. I've emailed that to this solicitor. Chambers, Rutland and Crawford, Mr. Dunn, who works on his own.
Yeah.
And I said to her, because today is the only day after the holidays, it's the first time I've had to talk to her. I said to her, look, I want to appeal. I want to put this appeal through. And because I know that if the second that judge hears Lisa telling me that she's going to go and nick the hubcaps off of a car up the road where she parks her car at college, she's going to be fucked. The whole case should be fucked up. You know, I have taken stuff down from YouTube, but I've left some at LBC up because in that thing, although it said till Sunday, 72 hours, it does actually say only the things that are about the residents.
Yes, the links.
Well, I don't know. You know, well, LBC did come up in the trial, and I know there are links there named by the council. I'm not sure if there are the only pictures I can imagine are of Sarah Wigley, criminal police officer. Yeah, I extracted her face and put the words criminal police officer. Maybe that's still on YouTube with this LBC stuff. But the LBC stuff where it's going on about the psychiatric system failing people, I left that up there. But if Tonya's going to make a complaint to the council saying, look, I've got a photograph, he's erecting a structure, by midday tomorrow you watch. I bet ya. And that's the problem. That pink slip in your power of arrest thing, you cannot do it. It's all too loose-ended. Or if you like, it ties you down so you can't breathe. What is it? What structures? They've all been up. They've been there since 2009. The front camera. So what is it? You know. But I'm convinced if the judge was to listen to this fucking phone call, the one where Lisa's saying, you know, she's talking about recording them upstairs. Oh no, when Jamie's moving out.
Yeah.
And then she says about, I don't want noisy people coming in. And then she says how the council told about me being well known to the police.
Yeah.
And then the next bit, I mean, I do remember talking to Lisa about this, and I got a memory that I was talking to her over her mobile phone. She sent a lecturer at college a text.
Right.
And Lisa's referring to the college want her daddy to go into college. And my daddy's going, what the fucking hell for, you know? And because of an email, she does mention emailed a lecturer or a teacher. And that she's 42 years old, not 15 or 17. Now, if you add that bits of information up, I think she's chatted up the lecturer, and he's reported it as harassment, and that's got a reprimand at the college.
Well, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what's happened.
Well, it goes with her history, doesn't it?
Well, I can remember her saying something about it, and I just said to her something like, you shouldn't have done that. So she shuts up. Yeah. But I don't know if I'll ever find that call. I'm not going to go through them all ever again, as far as I want. I don't know why. As soon as I come up from a court case, I put one on, and it's bang, that's the one I need. You know what I mean? I played two when I got back from that courthouse. The first one is just where she's finishing off, telling me that she's been recording Jamie upstairs. And the council had grassed Lisa up for recording Jamie upstairs. They told Jamie that Lisa's recorded you. And Lisa's, all through that conversation, I never said a single swear word. She did. Yeah, fucking Nanda grassed me up. The fucking council. Yeah, stuff like that. I'm positive if the judge was to hear what's really been going on in this street, he'll come down on that council harder than he ever did with me. And that's what I'm asking for in those sort of letters, really, although they're not finished. I know I did 3 pages to the judge. I ran out of steam. I've got no Zopiclone tonight.
What's the new one on me? This one about the email, Martin. I don't know if you ever told me that one before.
Yeah, well, I've only just sort of discovered it, and it's... I do remember having a conversation with her, but I said to her, you shouldn't have done that, so she stopped talking about it. But I've got this little reference to it. So, but whatever it is, the college asked her daddy to come in, right? So there's going to be a record at that fucking college.
Right, why would they ask her dad if she's of legal age?
Well, I'm not sure. Maybe they've twigged she's got some personality disorder.
Yes.
If she sent an email and it's similar to what a 17-year-old person would write, then I think they've twigged that this 42-year-old woman is mad.
Possibly.
There's got to be something in the wording, because Lisa's referring to, I'm not a 15, 17-year-old, and they're treating me like I'm a 5-year-old, you know, as if, yeah, it's a teenage thing, mate. She's had a teenage crush on this guy. But don't forget, according to Nikki Bilgin over the road, the boyfriend that Lisa started going out with while I was arrested was a dog handler for the police who also trains them at the fucking college. And she is doing an RSPCA course, you know what I mean?
Stinks, doesn't it?
It stinks.
Bloody hell, mate.
I mean, she's gone through more boyfriends in this last 2 years than I've had hot dinners. I'm going around saying I've got 6 girlfriends, which isn't strictly true. But yeah, I can knock off 6 women any time I want. 3 of them know where I live. But she, I don't know how many she's gone through. Like bringing them here as well, you know what I mean? And they've all knocked it on the head within 6 weeks, 3 months. They're all fucked off. I phoned up 101 today, and I said, what time does Enfield Police Station shut? Because when I was at Chase Farm, I got the wrong bus. It turned left, and it went up this fucking road. I thought, fuck it, I'll just see where it goes. Heading towards Chingford or something stupid. And it drove right past Enfield Police Station. It's massive. But it's open 24 hours. Well, that's what Gifford said on the way back from the courthouse when they fucking put me on that suicide weekend. He literally said, what you got to do to report perjury or these assaults is to go to a borough outside of Barnet and report it there. So fuck 'em. I don't know, you know, I'm behind on this paperwork. I can't even see court cases coming up. Do you know what I mean? It's just an alien. I just want to get on with my life. The weather's changed. It's a clear night. I want to get something done tonight. I want to get on with it. But setting this new scope, I just noticed it's all out of alignment. It's flaring. I can't get a single point. It all needs lining up.
Oh, man.
I can do it, but this one does not have a sidereal drive. So I've got to be sitting there comfortably and making a 1 minute exposure like I used to, and turning the knob by hand. Freezing my fucking arm off. But I'll tell you, when I was using this scope, manually, I enjoyed it a lot better than using that fucking Meade. All you do with the Meade is set a focus up and then do a load of exposures. You don't do nothing else, it's boring. With the other one, you've even got to slow your heartbeat down. Do you know what I mean? Your heartbeat shakes the telescope while you're touching it.
Well, as you say, mine, you want to get on with your life, man, you know? It's just...
I do.
It's just too much.
I do, and I'm totally... And now I know what Tonya's going to do. You know, she's going to fucking she's going to try and get me arrested tomorrow. You watch. I bet you the council come round tomorrow. He's erected a structure. They think, Tonya probably thinks I've taken my telescopes down because of the court order. No. They were rusting. The legs on my dad's telescope have rusted to shit. I've knocked about 300 quid off the value. He's going to get less than 500 for it now, put it that way. If he sells it on eBay, and he probably will. He didn't want to bring it back, put it that way. I can tell with my old man. So I'm stuck with this fucking Newtonian now. I'm going to have to build my own electric drive for it. They've even stopped making the stands for this fucking drive. It's pissed me off. Every time I get something done, it's 1 year behind it should have been done.
Well, you've had a year of this, haven't you?
Well, the Lisa thing really has been going on since March 2010, mate. Yeah, it took her a year and a bit to get me arrested. For well over a year, nearly 2 years, she's been phoning the cops, even if I just cross the road. Before then, she was having me for taking things out of people's bins, stuff like that. Well, the old boy died. He said I could have his coal bunkers,
Yeah.
so I took them. What did Lisa do? She tried to get me a I had 14 cops turn up in a fucking meat van. Well, it's at least 8. And I mean at least 8. You know, they just sit around in vans all day with nothing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, fucking hell, man.
Yeah, I know. And the thing about that particular coal bunker is, that guy had bought it off of Sydney for a quid. So, although there was 2 bunkers, only one belonged to the council, and that weren't the one I was dismantling. I was dismantling the one with the wooden fucking lid. Not a council one. Not even a council designed one. Yeah, ever since I found out her cats were banned, she's been on me. Ever since that day when she took the key. And that's March 2010. It's going to be up to a police station outside the borough. If I can get some idiot to just play these off, it'll be history. Like I put on that list to the judge. I mean, that list has got crowded. But, you know, when I first wrote that list, there was only 3 phone calls there. I've had to insert them, and it needs writing. I see, them bits of paper were only the list of ideas. That's why page 1, the title, it's all in big writing, scribbled. And then it got neater and neater. That's what happens. If I rewrote that story on a keyboard, even if I tried to just read it out and I'll type it, I'll change it. The detail will go differently. If I'm doing it on a keyboard, it comes out differently if I do it by hand. They're both the same story. I've heard jack shit from Tom, and he knows this week is an important week. So tomorrow is a conference telephone where Mr. Dunn is going to handle it for me, I believe. I don't know if he's going to handle the trial, but although the judge said, oh, he's lost his rights and it's only going to be a 1-hour eviction trial, Mr. Dunn is still talking in terms of 2.5 days worth of trial. But Mr. Dunn's got a better understanding of it now, I think. He knows me a bit more. He knows that I'm being set up by that council, mostly. It's fucking amazing, you know. Lisa, when she was brainwashing Richard when I was on bail, she says everything. The council doesn't want him here. The police don't want him here. Do you know what I mean? Everything that Lisa said to Richard is basically now coming true. And it'll be 2 years this August. Even right now, Mr. Dunn says, I know the court system's blocked. Although they're saying June the 8th till August the 5th, you still might not get your trial till the end of September. So I'm saying to him, well look, you know, what's the point of me doing up my garden? This is another whole summer lost over Lisa Mayer. It's got to end. I want it over and done with. I just want it over and done with. Either I'm staying or I'm leaving. But either way, it's not going to stop me pursuing Lisa Mayer and Pauline for perjury. Fucking Raj and his missus has invited Eddie next door, who's got learning difficulties. They've invited him round for dinner. In all the years they lived here, they've never once asked him round to dinner. I start working for him a little bit, and now they're inviting him round to dinner.
This is a concerted campaign.
I think, yeah, my speed of light thing's been taken down.
Right.
You know, on my website that's been up for ages?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, from my computer, it's not working.
What, Abacus?
Yeah. Yeah, speed of light Abacus. You Google it, it now goes to 741 instead. Someone's contacted them. It's got to be the council. They're absolutely... To do that, if the council shut that down, and I know they have, to have done that, they're on me. Right? They don't want me doing astronomy. That's what it is. They're really trying to fucking do me now. If I set up a new one, it's going to get blocked. You watch. Last night I went over the fields to see this comet. And I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna walk down to Tesco. So I walked down to Tesco with my telescope, little one I got, half a metre long, and on my way back, this African guy is just getting out of his car, and I get talking to him. I show him Jupiter. He's bought one of them 25 quid telescopes from Tesco's, and going, nah mate, roast and Murray, I live round the corner, come round. No problem. I gave him my number, but I don't know if he will come round, but yeah, I had no problem with that guy whatsoever. Just met him straight there and then, just lives round the corner. He started talking to me.
Well, I don't think you have a problem with people, it's just certain people in your neighbourhood who have a problem with you.
Well, there is that. The only problem I have, people have problems with, are mostly the ones that keep putting religion in their life. They're the ones you always will have a problem with. Oh, don't you believe in God? God, don't you know what you're saying? You know, that's what I mean. I've got a problem all over. This phone call I'm having with Lisa, I'm going, oh, well, I'm not a problem, am I? Blah, blah, blah. But I've got a problem with the whole fucking world. Who hasn't? If the judge hears that, he's going to flip his lid. I can't put them on YouTube now, can I?
No.
Well, technically, what has that judge done? He's done the council's bidding, which is to remove my rights to expose what's going on with that council or anyone else. That's what he's done. He's interfered with my freedom of speech and everything. That's what that judge has done.
Ridiculous, man.
Well, it is. I mean, Article 10 in that human rights. I know you say about Article 3, but I can't remember what's in Article 3.
Article 8, actually, the right to protest.
Alright, well in Article 8, but Article 10,
Okay.
I don't know if it's the right to protest, but it does specifically say in Article 10, you can use the internet to voice opinions. In Article 10,
Yeah.
the one after Article 9. 9 is freedom of thought, consciousness, choose your own religion. Observe is there, the word observe your religion.
Well, yeah, you can express an opinion as long as you don't threaten people as long as you don't threaten people's lives.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, that's why these cases of Twitter, you know, where people have twittered,
Yeah.
and then afterwards the court has thrown it out. That's what it's all about, Martin.
Did you watch that Bob Monkhouse thing? I know it's boring.
Oh, yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Well, I'll tell you, it's been on a few times. I watched some of it last night. I have seen this before a while ago,
Yeah.
but I'd forgotten all about it. He was one of the first one to be done for piracy, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, and he ended up in the Old Bailey.
Yeah.
And all he'd done was lend Terry Wogan a fucking bit of footage. See, I was homeless all through that.
Mm.
I knew nothing about it. So yeah, downloading off a torrent, theoretically, is legal as long as you don't redistribute it. And that's roughly the only people that I have kept is Richard Dawkins. He's been copied off of me about 50 times. What was that one about? That was about education. So he had a 4-part series on reason. And he's in this Islamic school and he's slagging it. And this pupil goes, we know about science and all that bullshit, but according to the doctor, or our medical, Islamic medical says water is the cure of all diseases. You know, something like that. The purity of water. That's Islamic medicine for you. Fucking nitwits. Yeah, that one I've shared 50 odd times. If there's something crucial, I'll share it. The warning from history, the Nazi, that's back on telly at the moment.
Yeah, it's a 3-part one, isn't it? I think.
Well, I've got 6.
6, is it?
It's either 6 or 4.
It's quite good, actually, that one. I like it. It's quite...
Well, the thing about this thing here, this latest documentary on the subject of the Gestapo and that, is based upon actual recorded facts. What it was, when Germany was going downhill, they were burning all the documents.
Yes.
A couple of those Gestapo houses got captured intact. there's been a 60-year rule. Well, that ran out in 2005. And then all of those papers got handed over to the academics in the American universities. They've been going through it. And that's where they realised the Gestapo was not even a police force. It was just a 3 or 4 man covering the whole of London, for example, in mileage. 3 or 4 people collecting complaints about residents. That's all they were.
And it was just rule through fear.
Well, it was the Nazi propaganda machine.
Yeah.
Sieg Heil, when you pick up your bottle of milk off your doorstep.
Yes.
First thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Instead of saying good morning, you go Sieg Heil, Sieg Heil, Sieg Heil. Yeah, and whoever didn't do that got reported. It was just report anyone who was not conforming to the political ideology of the Nazi Party. But it was the Gestapo as well. But these people, they were the same people like who work in the councils. They knew who the librarians were and all that bullshit. The first ones up against the wall, those lists came from the councils. The Nazis were really a propaganda political machine. And in a tiered structure, that's exactly what we've got now.
Well, yes. I mean, we're now seeing a lurch to the right.
Well, yeah, in an extreme way, and it's underhanded. It's being done under the carpet.
Yeah, I mean, the way they are. There's a film called Not in My House. Sorry, The House I Live In. It's a brilliant film, Mike.
Yeah.
It's a BBC film. And this guy at the end he actually talks about how you can pick on a group of individuals in society.
Yeah.
Highlight them, and
Yeah.
then you can actually get everyone else to turn against them. There's a special name for it.
Yeah, xenophobia.
No. I'm talking about. I've got to get you the right wording.
Coercion.
He's an academic,
Yeah.
this guy, and he studied this. It's like
Behaviour.
It's criminals. It's a criminal psychopathic side of politicians and corporate directors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And but mostly politicians, how they can home in on a group of individuals, like for example people who are disabled now.
Well, there was quite a lot on LBC about these benefit changes, and all it's doing really is just that they're saying it can't be right that although you're working and you could be claiming benefits to survive through it, that you're being bombarded with propaganda that demonises the man next door who can't find a job.
There was an example of this today.
Yeah.
They went down to this warehouse where George Osborne was today, and he's going on about welfare benefits and all that.
Yeah.
And there's this bloke there, works in a warehouse, and I asked him, what did you think about George Osborne's speech? He goes, well, I think he should be a bit more extreme, you know. Well, of course everyone's benefits should get capped. I only get 21 grand a year. And the reporter turned around and said, if you get 21 grand a year, that means you get working tax credits.
Yeah.
That's a form of benefit.
Yeah.
He didn't say anything.
Well, that did come up on the radio as well.
Well, it is a form of benefit, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Because apparently the government's talking today about getting rid of the minimum wage.
Yeah, but who brought that in, Martin? Margaret Thatcher.
What, minimum wage?
No, the working tax credit.
Yeah.
She brought it in because she didn't want to bring in the minimum wage.
Right.
And DLA, that was brought in by John Major because he diluted the Disability Act so much,
Right.
so badly, he realised there's going to be a backlash, so he brought in DLA.
Right.
So, if anyone's created these, as they put
The
it,
Conservatives did it.
yeah, if anyone created this distortion in welfare benefits,
Yeah.
it's them.
Yeah.
Because Margaret Thatcher said, no, I'm not bringing in minimum wage, but I'll tell you what, I'll bring in this, something.
Working, yeah.
It was another working family tax credit or something different name then, Martin.
Yeah. Well, I know there was, I think child support came in around her time as well.
Yes.
They did invent ways of paying people who can't afford to work.
Or subsidised companies who don't want to pay enough.
Well, yeah, she was right, because she identified where problems were.
Yeah.
I don't remember, I never wanted to get into politics, especially when she was around. And in fact, that big recession when it never hit me. I was doing rock and roll every night.
Yeah.
It never came anywhere near our industry until Bob Geldof did Live Aid. At that point, Thatcher said, oh, fuck me, look how much money there is. We'll send the Inland Revenue in to check it all out. Yeah, we had them there for a year.
Yeah.
It was really funny. We were going in there getting 60 quid on tick. Obviously nose jobbing. And there's 2 people from the Inland Revenue and nobody told us who they were. I'm not kidding. We weren't told who they were. They were just sitting on this table going through the books. I mean, Joe, he only got fined 60 grand and made everybody clock on. 60 grand was nothing. We were turning over 15 million before those boys, a year before those boys popped in.
Bloody hell, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a production company. You call it 15 million, it's all hypervalued bullshit money. Oh, this road manager costs £1,000 a week. Right, bang. You know, whatever, £1,000 a day.
Yeah, but the road managers were self-employed as well, weren't they?
Well, a lot of these guys are, and were. Some of them had their own little production things going anyway, like a little trucking company or something.
So they were invoicing him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, the council, I've just twigged it, the council is actually invoicing their own lawyers. Do you know what I mean? That money that the corporate government, Mike Freer, gave them unlimited legal funding at the council to pay for the legal, right, whatever it was. So those lawyers are just loving it, aren't they? At the corporate governance, we got unlimited funding. We don't have to watch what we spend. We'll pick on anybody. That's what's been going on. It's just incredible.
Ghost invoicing as well, I bet.
Well, I'm pretty sure it is, and it has. And I'm certain that's why this council is coming down on me, because I know some of the phone calls where I'm saying investigate, that person went off and did it. Because I know that suddenly the repercussions came on me. It's like I'm certain Lisa Mayer got interviewed about her blue badge bad back problem. I'm certain of it.
She must have, Martin. There's no way you can get a blue badge just like that.
Well, she never got it.
She never got it?
No, that's what the whole thing's about. With this parking issue, I've got the recordings of her telling me, when I get my blue badge, the council will have to give me a drop curb and put a driveway in my front garden. And when that happens, if she literally says this, when that happens, if anyone parks in front of me, I'm just going to get the police to fucking tow them away. That's what she was saying. Keep out of my parking space. I'm getting a blue badge, and watch out when I do. Get used to not parking in front of, because I'm going to have a drop curve soon. That's all I've ever had out of her up until when she's had me arrested. She's telling people not to park in front, because one day I will get a drop curb, and then you won't be allowed to park anywhere. It's great having the status quo as it is, mate, because you've seen the size of our circle.
Yeah.
There's 10 houses, but it's actually about 16 dwellings. Not all of us have got cars. My old dear sold her car last week. 40 fucking quid the bitch got for it.
40 quid?
I'd have given her 100 quid just to park it outside my house forever. On bricks. Do you know what I mean?
Gee.
I'd have been glad to have put it outside my house on bricks. The old man didn't even say it. He was fucking flogging it.
Fucking hell, man.
She's lost her eyesight or something. Or she can't drive anymore because of it. Yeah, 40 quid she got for her fucking Mini. I'd have had that. I'd have parked it right outside Lisa's and put it in bricks. On bricks. Because there are no parking restrictions. Got it?
Yeah.
Simple. And that's what this fucking judge, when he realises how much he's been duped, I reckon he's going to hit the fucking roof. You made me push Mr. Smith to the point of suicide, and I was being a bastard to him. Whereas you, the council, you're hiding this bitch. Well, it's got to go one of two ways, isn't it? One thing this judge did say, I think you was looking him up, didn't you? You couldn't really find him? I think you said... Anyway, he doesn't actually work at that courthouse. He's from Bow.
You mean Hornby?
Well, I don't know where Bow is, but yeah.
No, Hornby.
Yeah, Judge Hornby, yeah, that was his
name.
Not on
the circuit, no, not on any circuit.
Right, well, he was bitching that he didn't know why he was appearing at this courthouse, because he works at Bow.
Well, that explains a lot, then.
The powers that be have moved me over here. I don't know how long he's over here for.
Yeah.
If it was just for that one trial.
No, he's not on the HMCS circuit, because that's what I went through, Martin.
Right, yeah.
So that means he must be a local boy, and as you say, he's been transferred over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever his experience is, he's done it all down at Bow. Which I think that's the Bow Street Runners, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
City of London.
Yeah, it's where they used to take the IRA, Bow Street, or the Old Bailey, straight to the Old Bailey.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten that place even existed until he mentioned it the other day. But there's 2 minutes. Oh yeah. I guess what I forgot to tell. I've got to do it after this phone call. The transcript. I want the fucking transcript. And that judge on the Thursday when I was arrested, he said that I don't do any work unless it's recorded. Audio. I want the recording. I want the recording of him telling me that if I'd have been called a fruitcake, I'd have smashed their face in. I've got to have that fucking recording. Do you know what I mean?
Unbelievable, man. This is all fucking...
It's only a mercenary situation. Anyway, if I had 150 quid right now, I could put Tonya in jail. That's all it is. I could change the dates on all of these phone calls with Lisa, because no one's going to check her phone records, are they? I'll just say, look, she's just done this. Yeah, she's pushed my girlfriend to the point of suicide, Your Honour. I know he's going to hit the roof if he hears it. He's going to hit the fucking roof. There's one thing judges don't like, and that's been having a carpet pulled underneath them. Do you know what I mean?
They don't like being lied to.
Yeah, well, not so much lied. Well, the council, what are they doing against me? They've taken a set of neighbours' opinions, formed a case to make me look like I'm a cunt, and then prosecuted it. When he finds out that these cops, half the cops are saying, "Oh, you're the pillar of the community for having a CCTV," all that bullshit.
Yeah.
He's gonna go mental. He's gonna go fucking colossal. I don't understand why he didn't say, "Oh, structures are already erected." What's the council going on about then? He should be asking more intelligent. You know, he should be getting down to it. Instead, he just moved on to another part.
You've been criminalised for being different.
Well, at the end of it, he did say you are an individual, and I think he realised there is a lot more.
Unique individual, he said, didn't he?
Yeah, something like that. A unique individual. Yeah. That's what I mean. I need the actual recording. He might have said original individual. Do you know what I mean? But whatever his meaning was, he suddenly realised I stand alone.
Yeah.
And I forgot I should have shouted at him nullius in verba. That might have rattled his cage. Because it was Isaac Newton and his matey boys at the Astronomy Society, when it first got set up, nullius in verba. What the fuck was Isaac Newton saying there, Your Honour? He's saying, take nobody's word for it until you have a look through my telescope and see it for your fucking self. Yeah, that's what it's about. I know the judge is going to go ballistic. I believe Mr. Dunn, well, he knows I'm in the right. I don't think he's ever handled an appeal before. but, you know, if that courthouse had given me an email address, I'd have sent it to him. But I must get down there tomorrow if I can, and I've got to go in there and play that clerk a little bit of Lisa and say, look, I want the transcript of that fucking... I've got to put it in, whether Mr. Dunn wants it or not. As long as I've got appeals going, I'm not yet convicted. That's how I see it. But with the way that Tonya's just behaved, you know, she could start putting her light on at any moment. And start gathering more evidence on me. Because don't forget, her court case, her police case starts because lack of evidence. Rubbish. I know that I'm well within my rights to test that legal law, you know, light pollution law. I've been interviewed twice and arrested by her, and I've written out exactly the same thing. I believe I'm in the rights. Light pollution law dictates 2 weeks of me filming her, and she owes me 50 grand. I've blown it. I'm not really in a psychotic state anymore. It's like maybe I'm recovering from the psychosis without realising I'm in an illness. But whatever it is, I'm not getting any writing done. I've got to clear my living room table. That's what it is. There's something wrong in this house now. When I'm out there, I see one problem. When I walk back, it becomes 5 problems.
Yeah.
It's because I'm living in the middle of it. It's like a songwriter. It's that songwriter effect where you write a song, but you don't know what it does. You don't know how good it is. Every time Paul McCartney put a song together, he never knew it was going to be a number one.
Well, I'll let you get on with your telescope, man, and we'll speak another night.
Well, yeah, right, yeah. What else was I going to say? There was something. Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm alright,
Yeah.
Just getting through the fucking day. I went to physio today.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking pain, you know.
Oh, fucking hell, man. I don't know what to do about that one. It's got to be down to your diet, mate. There's got to be something that you can take that improves the cod liver oil or something.
Do you know, it's what makes it worse is the psych medication, mine. I've never felt... It makes it fucking worse, man.
Well, what ones are you on?
Olanzapine and metazapine.
I don't know that one. Well, what was it? CSI last night. This girl got injected with some fucking shit, like a cosmetic surgery, and she was allergic to it. She just died.
Yeah.
You can't tell what's going on with these drugs really until, I don't know, in about 20 years' time, where they've got the genetic codes really, really cracked. They should be able to tailor-make any drug to, like this rheumatism shit. They should be able to regrow skeletons in the next 20 years if you needed to.
Yeah.
Well, they started on teeth. That is now a viable thing, apparently. It was on the radio last week. There is now a surgery in London that started doing it.
Yeah.
So I could theoretically get all my teeth regrown. And that's what I need to do. If I could do that, I could build all my energy levels back up.
Because you're quite limited in what you can eat, isn't it?
Well, there is that, yeah.
Yeah.
And even if it is, say I'm eating chunks of beef, I can't chew them, so my stomach can't digest them. You know, they'll still come out the other end as fucking lumps of meat. Because you've got to chew it for you to get the thing out of it, to break them down. The only way I can eat food like it, we put it through a blender. I mean, I'd be happy to do that. If I had some bitch here cooking roast dinners every day, I'd be throwing them through the blender and drinking it.
So you got a court case, not court case, you got a hearing tomorrow, haven't you?
Well, it's a telephone conference thing at 2:30.
Okay.
I mean, but my solicitor's going to handle that phone call.
Okay.
I would like to be on that phone call.
Yeah.
Because it's the case progressions guy who's leaving me in this mess. I've explained to Mr. Dunn that the last judge, Judge Marin, he said, go through all the paperwork, answer every allegation and put it in writing, numbered paragraphs.
Yes.
I'm saying to Mr. Dunn, the only way I can't do that. The only way I can do it is by branding the whole thing as a Nazi Gestapo campaign.
Right.
And he sort of understands that. You know, he does understand it. That is my only defence. Because I'm in defence of other people as well, you see. It's got nothing to do with my brothers. It's the general attitude of this fucking council. I mean, what they're going to do with the next guy? Who's Lisa going to pick on next?
Oh, you were guaranteed that she'll pick on someone else.
It's got to be. I can't believe I landed in the street with this regime going on. Because don't forget, when I moved in here, this street was already in a mess through Lisa. No one was talking to nobody.
Anyway, man, look, I'll give you a call tomorrow evening. See what happened, how you got on with your call.
Yeah, I mean, really, what I should do is get my dinner in the oven, try and get to sleep.
Yeah, get your...
Yeah, I've got to sign these legal aid for my appeal.
Oh, be careful with that, Martin, because there's some expiry. Apparently some legal aid is expiring at the end of this week.
Well, I know, and it expired actually on the 1st.
No, the law's changed.
Yeah.
Apparently, I can't tell you what. Something about there's going to be 70% less people being able to claim.
I thought it was going to be 30%.
No, it's 70 the other day.
Yeah.
Martin, check it out. I'm not up on this one. I'm not up on procedure.
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, I blew the Royal Courts of Justice. She said, be here on Tuesday. I've blown it. Prosecuting the CPS.
Oh well.
Well, I've blown it, but then don't forget, I'm carrying a psychological illness. Right? You understand? So maybe I haven't blown it. The fact that they just tried to rearrest me and all of that, which was this arrest thing that's happened just now, that was nothing to do with the CPS. You understand?
Yeah.
But it is to do with HMCS and Judge Gurlis. Judge Gurlis started Lisa's campaign against me, and once she got that going, that's when the council made their one up.
Yeah.
Or issued it, rather. It's Lisa who won't let it go. It's incredible.
And I'll catch up with you tomorrow.